one possible answer is that Mariner 9 was there before Viking. And it spent several years in orbit and took over 100,000 pictures. And it is quite likely that among those pictures, most of which nobody has had time to look at or has seen, because the files on Mariner 9 are so chaotic and so disorganized. And I know this because during our first years in the independent Mars investigation at SRI, we had dedicated people like John Brandenburg and Vince DiPietro go to Goddard and try to get photographs from the Mariner 9 sequences to kind of corroborate some of the things we were looking at in the Viking data, and we found at that point that at the NSSDC they were hopelessly misfiled and not organized at all the way you would want them to.
So you're not claiming to have found Mariner 9 data?
No, we have not found the Mariner 9 Cydonia frame.
All right.
We have not.
All right.
But it is logical to presume that as part of that very exhaustive and comprehensive mission, with somewhat primitive television systems, but they were comparable to what was on Viking, because the technology really hadn't changed between the two space missions. Even though Mariner 9 was in 71 and Viking was in 76, the technology was basically the same. It is reasonable to presume that they had a heads up because of the Mariner 9 data.
Do we know that Mariner 9 overflew the area?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Mariner 9 overflew everything and photographed all of Mars down to a resolution of, several hundred meters, and when they lowered the orbit, they actually got selected regions at higher resolution, and I don't remember enough of the mission without referring to the documents and the ephemerides and all that to know what areas they looked at in close-up. But it is a reasonable presumption that if they had a heads-up, it came from Mariner 9.